Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome to another tarot reading from me. So today's topic is going to be on how does your crush feel about you, or how does your crush see you? I am going to mention crush because I need some energy to focus on, but this can be any kind of basically romantic interest. So instead of crush, you can use boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever. I mean, whatever you want to answer, whatever you feel comfortable with, any kind of romantic interest. And yeah, as usual, these are the crystals that I felt drawn to for this particular question, and they came out in this order. So this is for those of you who would like to choose with just crystals. We have pile number 1, the fluorite crystal. This is your option. Pile, how should I put it? Yeah, like this. Pile number 2, you have the iolite crystal. Pile number 3, you have the rose quartz crystal. All right, so these are your options. You can pause the video if you need more time to decide. Once again, my recommendation is that you take some deep breaths, exhale longer than you inhale. That will help center you and calm you down. And then you can meditate with your eyes closed, address the question to a higher power like God or any kind of spiritual entity that you follow. And then open your eyes and choose the first pile instinctively without overthinking it. And if you feel drawn to more than one pile, you are free to watch several or even all of them and just take whichever messages resonate. And before I sign off, I will remind you once again to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. It is the easiest way to support me and it is free. And also consider clicking on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new tarot reading. All right. Thank you, and I will see you at your reading. All right, so this is for those of you who would like to choose with a card as well. I'm going to select the cards right now. So Spirit, tell me about pile number 1, the people who chose the fluorite crystal. How does their crush see them or feel about them right now? Pile number 2, this one just really felt like coming out. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3, the people who chose the rose quartz. I'm not sure about that one. Okay, so let's see. We have pile number 1, the white rose of hope. Pile number 2, we have stranded. Pile number 3, we have listen. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit right now. All right, so this is for those of you who would like to choose with a card as well as a crystal. Pile number 1, you have this card over here and or this fluorite crystal. So pile number 3, you have this card over here and or this iolite crystal. Pile number 3, sorry, did I say pile number 3? I think I meant pile number 2 anyway. So pile number 3, you have this card over here and or this rose quartz crystal. All right, so these are your options. Once again, I will remind you to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. It is the easiest way to support me and it is free. And also consider clicking on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will upload a new tarot reading. So these are your options. Once again, you can pause, meditate upon the question at hand. You can also refer to your partner, romantic partner, someone you're dating, even your spouse, basically any kind of romantic interest, but I'm going to be focusing on crush, So what does your crush think about you or feel about you, or how do they see you? Yeah, and if you feel drawn to more than one pile, so after you have meditated, center yourself a little bit, let your mind go blank, you know, and after you have chosen the pile intuitively, if you are having a hard time choosing between two particular options, you are free to watch two or even all three of them and just take whichever messages resonate. And I will see you at your reading. Welcome, pile number one. This is your reading if you have chosen this card over here with White Rose of Hope and or this fluorite crystal. So this is going to be the card shuffling / selection phase. If you don't want to sit through this, I'm going to add timestamps so you can skip directly to the reading. All right. So let's see. Spirit, tell me about pile number one. How does their crush feel about them or see them? Spirit, tell me about pile number one. How does their crush see them or feel about them? Okay. These two wanted to come out. You also have this one with power, so I'm going to keep it. Or should I keep it or not? I'm not sure. Let's see. What else do you have here? Kindred spirits. Grace. I'm not going to keep this one because, I don't know, it just slid out. It doesn't feel right. All right. I'm going to trust my intuition. So, okay. Now let me get some tarot cards. Spirit. We have Grace. Oh, and we have this animal here. We have Wolf Pathfinder. Okay. We have Grace and Kindred Spirit. So let's see some tarot cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number one. Whoa, what is going on here? Oh my god, this card, I accidentally mixed cards here. Thank God that I found it. Hopefully I won't have any more surprises. Alright. Spirit, tell me about pile number one, the people who chose the fluorite crystal. How does their crush see them or think about them or feel about them? Tell me everything about their crush's opinions. Spirit. Oh, one more feels like coming out here. All right, so let's see. We have the Five of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Four of Wands, the Nine of Cups, the Five of Swords, the Knight, right? The Knight of Swords. All right, let me get some more cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number one. How does their crush see them, feel about them? Tell me, Spirit. Let's see. We have the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, the Judgment card, the Eight of Wands, the Six of Wands, the Ten of Wands. All right, so pile number one, this person sees you. Actually, wait, before I get into it, because I just wanted, I wanted to jump straight into the reading, but I forgot about the oracle cards. Yeah, so you have these oracle cards. So first of all, you had this card with Grace, and you had this card with Kindred Spirits. And honestly, now that I'm looking at the tarot cards, I think I'm also going to take this other, oh crap, now I don't know where I put it. But anyway, oh yeah, here it is. See, if you watch the shuffling, this card just slid out of the deck, and I thought that I should put it back in because I wasn't really sure about it. But now, considering the rest of the cards, I think that it was, you know, meant to come out. Because you have a lot of repeating themes that this person sees you as someone who's really strong. So I'm going to keep this one as well. So I'm going to keep this power card in here as well. And then you also have Wolf Pathfinder, release your past and start a new journey. You are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. And bear in mind that it says teacher, right? Hold that thought, because I'm going to get into something with the tarot cards after. And now I'm going to read the description for this card from the booklet, number 30, White Rose of Hope. Hope, beacon, solution, beginnings. We see a woman dressed in a blue gown, standing somewhere in a lonely landscape. Darkness surrounds her, but a shining white rose glows like a beacon and illuminates the night. Maybe this woman is lost, maybe she is uncertain about her feelings. Yet thanks to the light of the flower, she can find her way. White roses symbolize hope, new beginnings, admiration, and young love. There are exciting times ahead. All right, young love. And you also have grace. So it feels like there's a symmetry here between the meanings of these two oracle cards. So this person, and also the kindred spirits. I mean, hello. Yeah. Okay, so this person, your crush, is someone who has pretty strong feelings about you. I feel like there's someone who has already projected, maybe not projected, actually. I feel like this is someone who just idealizes you, sorry. And there's someone who sees you as a pretty dreamy person romantically. You also have the Nine of Cups here, and you have the Four of Wands. So this is definitely showing that this person sees you as someone worth starting a family with, someone who is meant for like a long-term relationship. They might even see you as someone that they feel at home with. And with the Nine of Cups specifically, this person just sees you as a dream come true in many ways. You embody a lot of the qualities that they find very attractive. And we have kindred spirits, which makes me think that maybe this person has felt a very strong connection with you. Also with the Four of Wands, which makes me think of the fourth house in astrology. I think that for many of you, this person could be someone that feels like they have known you before. So there may have been some feeling of deja vu between the two of you right from the beginning, or just strong feelings. I think this is someone who really likes you a lot, really, just the short of it. And I think they also see you as someone who's really active, adventurous, and they see you as someone who has succeeded against a lot of adversity. This is kind of reinforced here, even with the description of this oracle card. Like, they see you as someone who not just illuminates their own life. Like, I feel like this person maybe has been pretty down until they met you, and they see you as like a beacon of hope. Maybe there's someone who hasn't believed in love for a long time, or they were very badly hurt by past relationships. So as soon as they met you, they just started becoming more romantic, more hopeful. Like, you have suddenly awakened their emotions, their passions, and just their actually, I'm seeing a lot of romance here as well. Like, not so much passionate, there's more romance. Yeah, so there's something deep and meaningful and spiritual here with this connection. And I did say that you should keep in mind the teacher message there, because you also have the Six of Pentacles, which I very much associate with the teaching profession. And it's also a card that shows generosity with your time, your resources, and also especially someone who shares knowledge, you know. And it's coming right underneath the Emperor. And this is also why I took back this power card, because I think this person sees you as someone who's very powerful, very resilient, like someone who, whether you have like an established position or not, they see you as someone who is going places first and foremost. And also just someone who is very strong. Like, you look like someone who can handle stuff, you know, tough situations. Like, there's something solid about you down to the core. And yeah, this person sees you as someone who is generous with maybe your resources, your time, but especially with information. And they see you as someone who has the ability to guide others who are in a lesser position. They see you as someone who is basically a wise person, someone who is worthy of being listened to. We also have the Ten of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. So I think for most of you, actually, this person sees you as quite, I don't know about established, I think, but yeah, pretty much, I think, irrespective of your situation, this person just recognizes what you have achieved, especially on your own, like through your own efforts, and especially when it comes to career. I wouldn't be surprised if you have like strong Saturn, Capricorn, maybe Aquarius as well, but I'm seeing especially Capricorn and or Scorpio, maybe Aries as well. I am seeing quite a lot of Mars energy as well. So I think that this person in any case just sees you as, you know, very strong, very determined, someone who works hard for what they want. You're not someone who rests on their laurels. I feel like they see you as someone who has the power to grow back from the ashes. Like maybe they, depending on the situation again, because I'm reading for a lot of people, for some of you, this person may be aware of certain failures that you have gone through. So they see you as someone who has overcome a lot of adversity. And for others of you, this person just sees you as someone who has the ability to regenerate. Like you're someone who just keeps getting back up after any kind of setback, and you have the ability to push through. They see you also as, they also see you as someone who is a little bit impetuous, someone who is quite passionate, who throws themselves headfirst into something, someone who works hard for what they have, like I said, but also someone who has a lot of responsibilities. They might also see you as someone who doesn't have a lot of support, honestly. They might see you as a little bit isolated. They might get this vibe from you. Now, again, you can adapt it to your particular situation. So maybe this is someone who has access to your social media, or there's someone who knows a thing or two about you personally. But I think that irrespective of how well they know you, they somehow perceive the fact that you're not someone who has a lot of support. And I feel like they might almost see you as someone who is feeling quite isolated, quite abandoned in some ways. Like maybe you are someone who I feel like they really see you as someone who has been betrayed by people around you. But they also see you as really, like I said, resilient and really intelligent. They also see you as quite romantic, to be fair. Yeah, and I feel like this is, I mean, definitely someone who sees you as not, I mean, this is someone that, can I just say, considering that this is a romantic interest, I mean, this person definitely sees you as someone who is long-term relationship material. It's like they look at you and they see having a legacy with you. They see building a legacy, building a family, maybe building generational wealth with you, depending on the situation. This might be someone who feels like they can work together with you, start a project, and somehow, reach higher results than you would have reached on your own. I feel like also with kindred spirits and the judgment card, like genuinely for some of you, this connection feels fated. Like they think that this was fated to meet you. I mean, look at this. You have the Four of Wands and the Judgment underneath. So this is almost like they feel like, oh my God, like God has sent them something, like a higher power has somehow put you in contact with one another. Like almost like you just met at, I don't know, like either you met through some kind of weird way that didn't make sense, or it was very unexpected, See how that resonates. I'm really curious, but I'm not getting that this is someone that you met on like a date for the first time, where you both knew that you were gonna go on a date. And I feel like this is something where you did not expect to meet this person, they did not expect to meet you, and like both of your lives somehow have changed since then. Like, if this is not an actual relationship, it's like this person cannot get you off of their mind. And yeah, they see you as adventurous and a go-getter. I said that. And they see you as someone who doesn't get complacent. It's like they see you as someone who keeps trying for more, for better, to keep improving yourself. And they like that about you. I definitely see this. But they also see you as like pretty creative and imaginative and sensitive as well, a little bit. Pretty much this is what I'm getting from the cards. So let me get to the astrological cards. Spirit, how does this person, how does pile number one's crush see them? How does pile number one's crush see them, Spirit? How does pile number one's crush see pile number one? All right, these two want to come out. Usually I only take 5 cards, but they really wanted to come out. We have third house, communication and interaction. Second house, resources and values. 10th house, career and success, not surprising. Aries, all right, so we have that Mars energy confirmation. These cards are like slippery. We have Taurus, the sensual, all right. We have the combative and the sensual. And Capricorn, the boss. Oh, wow. What a strong confirmation. There's the Saturn energy and the Saturn and the Mars, but you also have some Venus here. So this person also sees you as attractive. Yep. So there you have the confirmation here. So yes, this person sees you as someone who is very career driven. They see you as someone who has a lot of potential, all right? Maybe you are not at the top of your game, but they see you as someone who's going places, like I said. I think they also see you as someone who's quite conscientious and mature and serious in some ways. And driven, yeah, like I said. So I feel like you're very motivated. This person sees you as someone who does not, like I said, someone who doesn't just wait around for things to fall on their lap. And I think they really admire that about you. They see that fighting spirit, the feistiness. This is also this Knight of Swords energy. You know, like you're someone who does not pull punches. Like I feel like this person might actually like the fact that you are a little bit aggressive sometimes. You know, like feisty, impetuous, like I said. They might really like your face. We also have the second house and Taurus. Both of these are connected to the face. So they might think you have a really pretty face. They might also like your voice. They might like your bone structure. I think they also see you as pretty professional. See, depending on how... And here's the thing. The houses can show how you met this person. So with the 10th house, this definitely shows that you could have met them through your professional life or through their professional life. It could have been some kind of a formal setting, or maybe you were introduced by someone from your workplace or their workplace. So yeah, could have been some kind of a formal setting connected to the work of one of you or both of you maybe. Second house can also show that you met this person through their family of origin or your family of origin. You could have also met at a restaurant somehow. Pretty much. And I think this person also sees you as someone who is pretty good at handling money. They see you as someone who's focused on saving money especially. So maybe you come across as pretty frugal. And yeah, that would definitely make sense with the Saturn energy coming through. Like, yeah, they don't see you as someone who's like wasteful and extravagant. And again, they like that. And the third house shows that you could have definitely met this person online. Another option is you could have met them in your neighborhood while running errands, maybe on a short term or short distance trip. You could have also met them through your younger siblings. The 10th house can also show that you could have met through the father figure or some kind of a father figure, either yours or theirs. All right. So these are the cards. Let me get some more stuff. All right, before I get to the more stuff, I also want to say that this person also sees you, like I said, as very intelligent. So very intelligent and good at communication. So again, this could also be confirmation of what I said about you being a teacher. in some cases, or somehow your job, your work has to do with a lot of communication, a lot of sharing knowledge. All right, so more stuff. Spirit, tell me with the Astro dice. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. How does pile number 1's crush feel or see pile number 1? Tell me, Spirit. Oh my God, I cannot. Wow, Saturn again, and Taurus again. And number 5. I was just thinking about number 5 literally when I was looking at the 3rd house, because whenever I get a lot of 5 numbers in the cards, I always think of Mercury, because the number 5 in numerology is ruled by Mercury. So yeah, but it's also connected to the 5th house, which is a little bit of Leo and heart chakra. So this person sees you as romantic and passionate. So the 5th house also shows fun. Like they see you as someone that they can also have fun with. But like I said, predominantly, I see that this person actually sees you as a serious option. It's just that the 5th house is kind of like a reawakening of passion, like I said, because the 5th house is the house of romance. It's also the house of children. So it might, very specifically, it could be that this person sees you as a bit childlike or innocent. They see you as like a curious blend between innocence and childlike behavior on the one hand, and then being really serious on the other hand. And yeah, with the Taurus, very strong confirmation that this person sees you as attractive. Not just as attractive, but with Taurus, like I said, they like your face the most, but they also like your voluptuousness. See how this resonates. You also have a lot of Saturn though. So for some of you, it's like you could be really slender and sculpted. For others of you, you could be voluptuous, right? Voluptuous, even a little bit plump. So if you're more on the voluptuous side, this is the confirmation that this person finds you very attractive. They like your plumpness. They also see you as someone who is very sensuous, irrespective of your appearance. And they see you as someone who has artistic inclination somehow. Like they see you as very beautiful, like basically a kind of a Venus type, but a very kind of earthy sensuality as well. They might see that you have a touch of hedonism as well, and they like that about you. I feel like they also see you as a very solid, stable person, and they like that. Like a soothing presence, a soothing, stabilizing presence. And with the Saturn, like I said, so they see you as tough. They see you as tough as nails and like very resilient, capable of working hard. This is a confirmation of the number 10s that came through, the 10 of Wands especially. Someone who can carry the world, the weight of the world on their shoulders, pretty much. And they might also admire your bone structure. Like maybe you have nice high cheekbones, nice teeth. Yeah. They might like your feet as well. Just saying. All right. Spirit, tell me more about pile number 1. How does pile number 1's crush see them? Okay, so we have 2 dolphins here. 2 dolphins in a circle. So definitely a confirmation of the 5th house. This person sees you as like playful and joyful in many ways. I feel like they see you as a ray of hope, like I said. So they probably feel uplifted by your presence, like you energize them somehow. And this also makes me think of kindred spirit, because dolphins are very smart and, they bond. They have like complex relationships and stuff. So yeah, I think this person wants to spend time with you, depending on the situation. This could be someone you are actually in a relationship with, or someone that you just like. Yeah, and we have the mountain. To me, this is a confirmation of the Capricorn, the Saturn energy, right? So they just see you as someone who is heading for the top. And maybe someone who likes challenges as well. We have this, which I associate this with a Celtic symbol, so makes me think of just something mystical, honestly. So they might see you as someone who's quite mysterious and complicated as well, because this is a very intricate design. And we have a leaf here, which makes me think of, on the one hand, makes me think of someone who, makes me think of someone who loves nature, yeah, but on the other hand, it also makes me think of I don't know why I'm getting someone who's very attentive to detail, so that could be a thing. Meticulous. Oh my God, we have a little star here. We have a little star. So yeah. Oh man, I almost dropped it. All right. So the little star just shows that this person sees you shining. All right. They find you very attractive, glamour, maybe like glamorous, sorry. Like they just see you as a light. Like maybe they're, you know how, when you have a crush on someone, it's like as soon as they enter the room, it's just everything lights up. We also have this, like, I'm not even sure what this is supposed to be, like a bean. I don't know. This could be, again, about seeing you as someone who likes nature and likes natural things. Maybe you're someone who doesn't like a lot of makeup. This is what it makes me think of. So even if you are someone who wears makeup, if this person has seen you without makeup, I think they think you look amazing without makeup. This is what it makes me think of, like minimalism. And again, being frugal, and we have the elephant. Again, this might be some connection to Indian culture for some of you, or any other place where there are elephants. This could also be, again, some of you might have placements in Bharani that would explain the Aries coming through as well. Or you could be Bharani Nakshatra, and you could have placements in Revati. But I'm going to see more when I get to the handwritten astrological notes. Otherwise, it just makes me think of a kind of Taurus energy. To be fair, there's a lot of inertia to an elephant. So that shows that they might see you as someone who's very stubborn and like you carry a lot of weight. And I don't mean like literally. Maybe for some of you it's literally. I don't know, to be honest. But it's definitely in a nice way. Like they see you as someone who is physically strong and robust. Or they see you as just someone who is very solid, like someone who's not easily deterred and shaken up by the events around them. All right, pretty much this is what I see. I'm going to take some astrological notes now, but before I continue, I will remind you to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new tarot reading. Thank you. So, let's see. Pile number 1. Spirit, tell me. How does pile number 1's crush... This one doesn't feel right. How does pile number 1's crush feel or think about pile number 1? Alright, I think that's enough. So, let's see. Oh, wow. Venus. Yeah, they find you very attractive, very sensuous. If you're a woman, they are in love with the shape of you. You know what I mean? Like the Ed Sheeran. Yeah, they definitely notice your face. Everything about your face and your body is attractive to this person. And they might see you as very sensuous, very feminine, And if you're a man, you're looking at a woman who also finds you very handsome and, very lovable. And, oh my God, Capricorn, for the third confirmation. I mean, we had Capricorn, we had Saturn, and more Capricorn, yeah. So some of you maybe have very strong placements in Capricorn. They see you as very driven, assertive, and they also see you as like someone who's serious and dignified with a Capricorn. And we have Virgo. Okay, so there's the attention to detail that I was talking about, right? And also with Virgo, I feel like that makes sense. They see you as a white rose. Virgo is known to be very puritanical and focused on self-preservation. So I feel like they might see you as very innocent. All right. And very pure somehow in energy. We have Shravana, which falls in Capricorn again. And is ruled by the moon. We have Purva Falguni. There's the beauty and the sensuality, which falls in Leo and ruled by Venus. We have Punarvasu, which falls in Gemini and Cancer and is ruled by Jupiter. And we have Ashwini, which is ruled by Ketu, falls in Aries. All right, so there's some Aries going on. We have Magha, which falls in Leo, is ruled by Ketu. We have Purva Ashadha, which is ruled by Venus again, falls in Sagittarius. We have Giesta. Okay, bingo. So Giesta is known for being self-sufficient and the nakshatra of the self-made person. Yeah, so that makes sense. They see you as someone who has made it the hard way. Swati, which falls in Libra and is ruled by Rahu. And, oh yes, Revati, confirmation, which, because the elephant is connected to Revati, all right? And there's some Mercury energy here as well, falling in Pisces. So this person sees you as someone who is very attractive, like I said, but they also see you as very dependable, solid, serious, dedicated towards work. I think they see you as a very no-nonsense person. You know what the vibe I'm getting here is Marlene Dietrich, like something like that. I don't know, like something like that. That's the vibe. Marlene Dietrich, Greta Garbo. I don't know, these kinds of women that were kind of like cold on the surface at least, but you know, like very self-possessed. Some of you might really, you know, identify with that kind of energy, but some of you are more lighthearted, more soft. We have Purva Falguni, so that is a very sensuous nakshatra. It's also known as the nakshatra of the courtesan. It's connected to, you know, bedroom activities. It's very, very sensuous, and a lot of famous people that are very attractive have Purva Falguni placements. I think I mentioned this in many videos, but I'm going to keep mentioning it. For instance, Madonna has Moon, I think. Yeah, Moon and Ascendant in Purva Falguni. Marilyn Monroe also had some heavy Purva Falguni going on in her Navamsha chart. And Charlize Theron has ascended in Purva Falguni. Rosalia, the Spanish singer, has Moon in Purva Falguni. So also Michael Fassbender. Yeah, so a lot of like sensuous, handsome, good-looking individuals have this placement. And one thing that I've noticed actually a lot with Purva Falguni is they tend to have beauty marks, you know, on their face, especially around the mouth. I've seen that a lot, you know. So it could be a thing, like maybe you have that. Obviously, that's very specific. But if you have that, they notice that. They find that attractive. And Punarvasu, this is a very strong confirmation of what I said about you potentially being a teacher. I feel like for some of you, again, very specifically, you might be spiritual teachers. And some people are going to be annoyed by this, that I use this as an example, but Teal Swan has ascendant in Punarvasu. It's a nakshatra that is connected to, you know, spiritual stuff and even priesthood to some extent. So yeah, it's like this person sees you as spiritual and wise, and, you know, potentially if you are literally a teacher, they really admire that. They admire your knowledge. And with Revati, this explains the Eight of Wands. This shows love of travel and adventure, and maybe for some of you more specifically, you like air travel especially, or maybe you work in air travel for some of you, but maybe they see you as someone who likes to fly. Yeah, but again, Revati is also kind of sensitive and creative, and I think they also like your eyes with this placement. Yeah, and also with the Swati and Magha, you probably are someone who really stands out, like you easily attract attention. Some of you might have significant social media followings, and again, they might actually admire about that. They might, sorry, admire that about you, like they might find it impressive. I think they see you as very feminine and romantic as well. Like there are a lot of combinations here. Purva, Shadha, Shravana. Also, funny enough, Purva, Shadha is also kind of a confirmation of that Knight of Swords because it's connected to warfare, and it's kind of a, you know, paradoxical energy because on the one hand it's connected to warfare, on the other hand it's connected to arts and beauty. So some of you might have wavy hair and they might really find that attractive. I think your hair actually for many of you stands out to this person. They might also appreciate the fact that you seem like a good listener. Someone who's a good listener, someone who, you know, responds instead of reacts. ponders things, but it's like they see also that you have a feisty side. Some of you might have a touch of a more mystical side, yeah. And also another thing that I'm getting is some of you might look like you come from good breeding. Like they might like, for instance, this is very kind of weird, but they might like your genetic makeup. Like they might like your like ethnic background, or they might think somehow your origins are interesting somehow. But they also see you as a little bit shy. It's like passionate but shy as well. And I think many of you have eyes that are quite wide set, and they find that attractive. Alright, so this is pretty much what I have for you, pile number 1. I hope that you have enjoyed it, and if you have liked it, don't forget to like, subscribe, click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video. If you're interested in finding out more about private readings, you can check out the video description. I will leave my contact information there. You can email me for a pricing list and a full list of reading options. And I've also left a link in the video description to reviews I have gotten for private readings before. And if you would also like to support me further, you can click on the join button and become a member. And you can pay like a small monthly fee in exchange for some perks, which are detailed when you click on the join button. And last but not least, I have an astrology channel, and I focus mainly on Vedic astrology, but I also use my insights from tropical astrology because I've started out with tropical, and right now I have more than 20 years of experience in astrology overall, more than 10 in Vedic. But yeah, you can, if you are interested in astrology, go ahead and check it out. I will leave my link in the video description. You can go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Maybe if you're interested in astrology, I would greatly appreciate it. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye! So welcome pile number 2. This is your reading if you have chosen this card over here with Stranded and or this Iolite crystal. So this is going to be the card selection / shuffling phase. I'm going to add timestamps if you want to skip directly to the reading. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2, the people who chose the Iolite. How does their crush see them or feel about them? These two want to come out. Spirit, how does pile number 2's crush see pile number 2 or feel about them? Okay. We have Giraffe Visionary. I'm going to put this here. And Enchantment. I burped. Sorry. Abundance. All right. Nice colors. The colors are matching my rose petals. All right. So now let me get some tarot cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2, the people who chose the Iolite crystal. How does pile number 2's crush see them or feel about them? All right, Ace of Swords, 8 of Swords, the Strength card, the 3 of Cups. Oh, the Lovers, the 2 of Wands, the Hanged Man. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. How does pile number 2's crush see them or feel about them? How does pile number 2's crush see them or feel about them? Wow, the 3 of Swords. The Queen of Wands. The Temperance. The Ace of Cups. The 2 of Swords. the Eight of Swords twice, the Two of Wands twice. Holy moly. All right. Actually, I'm gonna get a clarification for this. Spirit, please clarify the Two of Wands for me. Please clarify the Two of Wands for me. All right, the Five of Wands. I see. Please clarify the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords. This one? Two of Cups. All right. Oh, yeah. This is interesting. All right, so pile number 2. You have some interesting situations going on here, but I'm going to start with the Oracle card. So you have this Oracle card over here with abundance. I'm not going to lift them because it took me a while to like set them down nicely so that they fit with the spread. Anyway, the card with abundance, the card with enchantment, with a mermaid here. And you also have this card, Giraffe Visionary, rise above earthly matters, glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path, stand tall in your self-worth, and love with a big heart. Oh my God, this is such a strong confirmation of the cards that came out because you have the Eight of Swords coming out twice, but we'll hold that thought. You also have this card with Stranded. I'm going to read the description from the booklet. Let's see. Misdirection, misjudgment, fear of failure. Look at this young sailor, stranded with his ship on top of a tall tree. He needs his anchor to help him get back down to earth. The card asks, how did the ship get there? This is such an unusual place for a seafaring vessel. At times we feel the same. We find ourselves in situations we can't quite understand. Sometimes we feel we've made mistakes because our expectations are so high, we set ourselves up for failure. We either beat ourselves up over our performance, or we are so intimidated that we never even begin. Failure is a necessary part of success, as important to the journey as a rudder on a ship. All right. Can I just say, pile number 2, aside from this very telling description, you also have the Eight of Swords coming out twice. Like I said, you have Eight of Swords here, Eight of Swords here. I clarified the second Eight of Swords and I got the Two of Cups here. And then you also have the Two of Wands coming out twice. Two of Wands here, Two of Wands here. And I clarified the second Two of Wands and I got the Five of Wands over here. Right? Here's the Five of Wands. So let me try to, I don't know if you can't see this other card anyway. You can just see that there's a card here. Anyway, so what I'm getting here, honestly, is a very strong feeling of fear, either from this person or from you. So it's either that this person sees you as a very shut down individual, because you have the Eight of Swords coming out twice. And really, the fact that the Two of Cups came out to clarify the second Eight of Swords is very, very telling. It's literally saying that you're not open to love. This is how this person sees you. This could be the case, or it could be that they are the ones who are like this, you know? So they're afraid to go after you, you know, because they're afraid of failure. And also the Two of Wands coming out twice kind of reinforces the same theme, especially since for the second time you have the Two of Wands underneath the Hanged Man. So I feel like, again, like, take it how it resonates. It could be like both of you, honestly. It could be like both of you are kind of on the fence about one another. But since this is about how they see you and how they feel about you, I feel like this is mostly how they perceive you. Like, they see you as someone who is really hesitant, kind of shut down, you know, someone who is hyper rational and does not allow themselves to feel things, you know, because look at this, there's like almost like a repeated theme already 3 times, I see it at least, of repressed emotions. You know, I feel like they also see you as someone who has been hurt badly because of this. Like, look at this, we have the Ace of Swords and we have the Three of Swords underneath. But it's like, I feel like this person is super frustrated about you, to be honest. Like, because I feel like they see you as someone they could have a good relationship with, because you have the Ace of Cups and the Lovers here, but they see you as someone who is terrified of opening up emotionally, and or, you know, someone who is just a heartbreaker and they're the ones who is terrified, you know, about pursuing you. But this person is mesmerized by you because we have the enchantment card. This is literally the mermaid, all right? So this person sees you as somehow an embodiment of their fantasies. And you also have that reinforced, like I said, by the Lover showing up and also by the Ace of Cups underneath the Three of Cups. So this person sees you as someone that they could have a very loving relationship with. But it's like you're someone who has, like, they feel that you have a lot of love to give, and they feel like you have a lot of passion, but it's all held under a barrage of fears and a barrage of a mask of, you know, self-control and hyper rationality, you know, especially here with the Eight of Swords, like I said, coming out twice. So it definitely shows that you are somehow, they see you as someone who is imprisoned by your own thoughts, by your own mentalities, maybe by your own attitudes. So yeah, and it's kind of repeated with this main oracle card that came out first, because it's kind of like, if this person could talk to you, I think they would tell you that they see you as someone who's so terrified of failure that you don't even want to take a chance. Maybe this is someone who has actually made a move on you already. I'm not 100% sure, because this is the kind of vibe that I'm getting. So even if this person hasn't made a move yet, I feel like they are someone who badly wants to, but they are terrified of your reaction and being maybe rejected and or heartbroken. So like I said, it could go both ways, or it could be that both of you are feeling like this at the same time, in the sense that, you know, both of you could be having a lot of fears. You could be hyper analyzing, hyper rational, over analyzing, and you're both kind of on the fence about the other person, you know? Yeah. But this is pretty much, these are like pretty strong messages coming through here, especially with two cards that came out twice. And they also see you as just a very tough person. Look at this. We have the number 8 originally, which is ruled by Saturn and associated with Capricorn, and also the 8th house, which is Scorpio. And then we also have number 8 again with the Strength, and we have the number 14 here with the Temperance. So I feel like they see you as someone who's very solid, very unshakable, also very passionate. Look at this, the Queen of Wands. So yeah, I feel like this person is, in some way, it's like they're fascinated by you, but they're also intimidated. And I feel like they also, look at this, we have Giraffe Visionary. So there might be a little bit of Aquarius energy in your horoscope as well. But I just feel like in general, this person sees you as someone who is very stuck in their heads in some way, you know? And I feel like they might think that you don't even notice them, or that you don't really have time for them as much as they would like to. Like, and again, if this is someone who hasn't even pursued you, I think this is what they assume about you, just based on your energy. And I feel like there might be a background difference, a background difference, yeah. There might be a background difference between the two of you, and I feel like for some of you especially, this could be a significant reason why this person is hesitating to pursue you, because we have like I said, the Hanged Man, the Two of Wands. Both of them suggest hesitation, kind of being on the fence, being confused about something, in this case about you, because that's the question. And then you also have the Five of Wands, basically clarifying the Two of Wands here. So to me, this is showing that this person could be very worried that there is a significant background difference between the two of you. For some of you, this could be about culture. For others, it could be maybe about social status. It could be, I don't know, it could be many things, but somehow this person feels like if you got together, you might have arguments. You might argue a lot. Like, or maybe they're just afraid of you, really. Like, especially since we also have the Queen of Wands, I feel like this person is like, is terrified on some level. It's like they're in love with you, but they're terrified because of what you might do to them, you know, because like, they see you as like a force to be reckoned with, definitely. Right. And they also see you as very, very smart. Like with all of the swords coming out here, they see you, like I said, as someone who's really rational, very much in your rational energy, even though they really, they can sense that there's a passion in there, there's a romance in there, but it's like deeply locked down, you know. Again, I'm getting Kanye West Love Lockdown for some reason. I keep getting this song, like whenever I think about whatever. Anyway, I won't digress. But maybe for some of you that's some kind of a confirmation if you like the song. And the Temperance, again, is kind of confirming the fact that there could be a background difference between you. You might be coming from different ethnicities, different religious backgrounds, but I think they also just see you as someone who kind of like is like a cat, you know, like somehow they see you as someone who always lands on your feet somehow. You miraculously, you look like someone who can just manage situations and just make it, you know, like, even, how should I put it, like you can make your way miraculously out of the most difficult situations. On the more pleasant side, they see you as someone who could make a good friend, someone that would be great to hang out with. I feel like they might be someone who wants to spend more time with you, honestly, with the Three of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So this one, though, I'm really curious about this, but I feel like it could go both ways at the same time. I feel like I said, so it could be that they see you as someone who has been hurt a lot, and like that would explain why you have so many swords going on. I think they might think that you're someone who has shut down emotionally because a lot of bad things have happened to you. And on the other hand, this could just show that they see you as a heartbreaker. So take it how it resonates. It could be like both things at the same time, like I said. So in which case, if they see you as a heartbreaker, it's more like they're terrified of you. Again, it's feeding into that line of development where they're just afraid to make a move because they don't know what you might do to them. Like, and I don't mean like they're afraid that you might murder them or something, but you know what I mean, like they're afraid of getting hurt. All right, so this is pretty much what I can see through the cards. Let me get some astrological stuff. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2, the people who chose the iolite crystal. How does pile number 2's crush feel about them, see them, sorry. How does pile number 2's crush see them or feel about them? Tell me, Spirit. Yeah, this one. No. Yeah, actually. Let's see. This one as well. We have square, challenge, and disharmony. Maybe this is a confirmation of the Five of Wands. We have Mars, drive and power. All right. So there's the strength card. We have ninth house, learning and faith. We have Pluto. There's the Scorpio. Yeah, shadow and mysticism. They might also see you as someone who's into occult stuff. We also have Leo. There's the Queen of Wands energy. And we have sextile, chance, and opportunity. All right. So with the sextile energy, they definitely see you as someone that they could make it with. Like I feel like from their perspective, they see you as someone that they could have a relationship with, but they're not sure because of, well, all of the previous explanations that I've given. They're terrified or stuff. And I feel also with the sextile, they could see you as someone who is just unusual. I feel like somehow there could have been something unusual about how you met, like they didn't expect it or something. That's also a possibility. And with Leo the extra, yeah, I mean, with Leo and Mars and also the Scorpio, I think that for a lot of you, this person sees you as having a strong masculine side. So irrespective of your gender, you might come across as pretty intimidating and aggressive as well with the Mars and the Pluto. And here's the thing, there's a theme, there's a repeated theme here with the Queen of Wands, the Pluto, the Eight of Swords, that this person sees you as repressed, like I said. So they see you as repressed. They might see you as a little bit unconscious, like they feel like maybe you are not the most self-aware person, or that you have blind spots about your personality that you don't see, but to other people they might be obvious, or at least to this person, right? And because of that, that's one more reason that they're afraid of you, because they don't know how you're going to react. So there's maybe some kind of air of unpredictability about you, you know? And they do see you as very passionate, very fiery, like I said. And they might also like your body. Like, you might come across as pretty strong physically. Maybe you're someone who likes to exercise. You come across as pretty healthy, irrespective of your body type. And yeah, they definitely might notice your body, really. But they also like your intensity. You come across as intense and passionate, like I said. And also, I think, yeah, they really, I think, want to explore that passion, you know. Also, with the Pluto energy, you come across as yeah, makes sense, you know, shut down, hidden, basically, you know, in some ways closed off, even though they can sense that, again, that there's some kind of an intensity there, potential for passion, and so on and so forth. All right, let me get some more stuff. So let's get the Astro Dice. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. How does their crush feel about them or see them? All right, so we have Uranus, which is a confirmation of Aquarius energy. Some of you have Aquarius energy. We also have Virgo. All right, some of you might have Virgo placements. We have the number 8 again. So this is just very strong confirmation. For some of you, you might have Pluto. You might have strong Pluto, but you also might have placements in Scorpio, Aries, or you might also just have a strong 8th house. You know, maybe you're a life path 8, or you could be born on the 8th of a month, or a number that boils down to an 8, like the 26th or something. It doesn't have to be, but it could be. Like, somehow the number 8 is prominent, maybe in numerology or something. And also with the Virgo, they see you as yeah, that's also kind of a confirmation of everything that I said with the cards. Like, I think they see you as hyper analytical and maybe very focused on controlling everything. All right, Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. How does your crush see them or feel about them? Wow, all right. So now I'm getting a picture, now that we have this one, the crown. Actually, is this a crown or a castle? I think it's a castle, actually. So in any case, I see this as a confirmation of this abundance card. I think this person sees you as someone who is quite well off. And if you're not well off, like maybe even if they don't see you as well off, I think they imagine that you're someone who's very self-sufficient. You know, like you might give an air about you like you don't need them, like you don't need anyone or something, because you just have, you know, you can take care of yourself. There might be just this aura of self-sufficiency about you. And or this could also be about just seeing you as someone who comes from like noble blood or something. Like they just see you as someone who's refined. Maybe they might imagine that you come from an upper class, or like some kind of a good background, good breeding, you know. Yeah, see how that resonates. And let's see, we have made with love here. They might see you as someone who is a bit of a someone who's very interested in craft stuff, like maybe even Wicca, but you like to do things with your hands, you know. Maybe you're someone who likes to make homemade gifts for people. Maybe you like to do all kinds of stuff, I don't know, homemade stuff. Like, this gives me Taurus energy a little bit. But I think they also see you as someone who puts your heart and soul into everything that you do. We have the elephant. This one came out in pile number 1 as well. This makes me think again of Bharani or Revati Nakshatra. Maybe this will come out as well. But it also makes me think maybe again there might be some connection to India or other places where elephants live. But in any case, again, this just makes me think of strength. So I see this as a confirmation of the strength card, and you know, of someone who's very strong and like robust and hard to change or hard to move. Yeah. We also have this, like, which is something in Chinese, makes me think again of China. Since we also have, like, you know, multicultural messages, I see this as a confirmation of the Five of Wands, so that there might be some kind of a cultural background. We have the leaf here, which makes me think of, again, this could be like you're into herbalism. That could be Bharani energy again. You could be into herbalism. Maybe you really like plants, you really like nature, they see that about you. But yeah, I think this might also show that you're someone who handles change as well. And we have Cancer, the Cancer sign, and we have the moon here. So this makes me think that we have some strong moon energy here. This makes me think that this person sees you as, again, pretty closed off in some ways because of the Cancer energy, the crab. But it also makes me think that they see you as someone who has a lot of sensitivity, a lot of deep emotions, and again makes me think that they would like to basically get to know you on a closer level. You know, to get to know your soft underbelly in a way. You know, like they want to see you more, your more vulnerable side, and because they can sense that it's there. It's just that they see that it's all hidden. All right, so let me get to more messages. Last but not least, some nakshatras and some planetary stuff. And before I get into it, I will remind you to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. It is the easiest way to support me, and it is free. And also consider clicking on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will upload a new reading. All right, thanks. So let's get into it. For pile number 2, tell me, Spirit. What does pile number 2's crush think about them, feel about them? How do they see them? Tell me, Spirit. All right, I think that's enough. So let's break it down. We have Libra. So maybe some of you have Libra placements. This is the Temperance card, right? So this here is someone who's balanced. Oh, wow, we have Leo again. Yeah, maybe some of you have very strong Leo placements. We also have Aquarius. I can't believe the confirmations. Holy moly. I mean, wow. Thank you, Spirit. What can I say? Oh, when we have Saturn. All right, so that explains the number 8 showing up so many times and them seeing you as a very strong person. And we have Aries. We have some Mars going on. All right. So, yeah, that's a confirmation again. We have Pushya, which falls in Cancer and is ruled by Saturn. All right, so maybe Pushya is significant in your horoscope. And by the way, these are sidereal zodiac placements, just in case you're curious. And we have Dhanishta, which is ruled by Mars, all right, falls in Capricorn and Aquarius. And we have Uttara Falguni, which is ruled by the Sun and falls in Leo and Virgo. We have Vishaka, which falls in Libra and Scorpio, ruled by Jupiter. We have Magha, which falls in Leo, is ruled by Ketu. We have Purva Falguni falling in Leo again. Wow, the whole sign of Leo is showing up basically 3 times. Like, some of you really have strong Leo placements. Yeah, we have Santa Bishak falling in Aquarius, ruled by Rahu. Oh my god, I was expecting this, actually, with the 8 of Swords. I've mentioned this in other videos, that whenever I get the 8 of Swords, I always think of this nakshatra, but won't get into it. I've actually done a video about Santa Bishak, especially on my astrology channel, so if you're curious, go ahead and check it out. So we also have Swati, which falls in Libra and is ruled by Rahu. So We have some Rahu going on a little bit, not very strongly, but it is potential confirmation that there is a background difference between the two of you. Strongest influences that come through and through in this reading are Leo, Aquarius, a lot of Mars, and Saturn. All right, so this person definitely sees you as really balanced, like someone who's not easily shaken up with the Libra energy. And they see you as very strong, very hardworking as well, because Saturn is exalted in Libra. I think they also see you as someone who likes to take things slow and steady, especially when it comes to career, for instance. They also see you as very independent and potentially unusual with the Aquarius, potentially aloof again. So this really explains, like, not only do you have Aquarius, actually, you also have specifically Satabishak, which falls in Aquarius. You also have Danishta, which partially falls in Aquarius as well. But these two are very, very strong because the Eight of Swords came out twice, very much connected to that. And I'm not surprised to get Libra and Aquarius, two air signs, when I said that you have so many swords, which shows you're a very intellectual person. So this person also sees you as very smart, very, potentially very educated. And they really might admire your intellect, your ability to communicate, maybe your wit, you know, like maybe you also come across as a little bit funny sometimes, like you crack this person up. But I think most likely it's like you come across as funny when you don't mean to this person, because like you get the Aquarius here. So Aquarius really shows kind of an oddball sort of energy, you know, so I feel like this person sees you as very strange. And this might also explain actually why you have the Hangman and the Two of Wands to some extent, because for some of you, they really don't know what to make of you. Like they don't know how to categorize you, and that's probably also why you attract their attention, because you just come across as so unusual. But I think they also see you as, you know, humanitarian sometimes and really generous. And they definitely see that you have a strong heart. Like with all the Leo energy, there's a lot of heart chakra. There's also a lot of passion, you know, so they want to really get to know that passionate side, basically. We also have like, also I should have mentioned this, but you do have some placements in common with pile number 1. So if you felt drawn to it, you might want to check it out, but only if you felt drawn to it. You do have Purva Falguni, which shows a lot of sensuality and beauty. So this person sees you as attractive. You might have a facial beauty spot, so that could be a particularly strong confirmation for you. They also see you as someone who's very charismatic, who can easily attract attention. You also come across as very, yeah, like I said, so sensuous. You come across as someone who has a hidden hedonistic side. And I feel like this person might fantasize like you are interesting in the bedroom. Yeah, like because of the Purva Falguni energy. So this nakshatra is very much connected to the archetype of the courtesan. So it's connected to like bedroom activities and sensuality. And it's also very connected to artistic pursuits and artistic talents. So they might really admire your talents, especially if you have particular talents that they know of. They might also, again, Danishta, oh my God, is a strong confirmation of the Mars coming through, that this person really likes your body as far as they have seen it. They really like your body, all right? I keep getting I'm in love with the shape of you. I need to get that song out of my head. Anyway, so this person, they really also potentially, if they have seen you dance, they really like your dance moves. With Vishaka, they see you as very competitive. Wow. Yeah, Vishaka can explain why this person might see you as intimidating at times. Like you come across as pretty competitive and intense, like you're very eyes on the prize, you know, like you don't have eyes for anything when you're chasing your goals. So this can explain, like they feel like they're gonna just be basically washed ashore. You're gonna leave a trail of, you know, broken hearts in your path when you are chasing your goals, and they might be one of them. So it could be for some of you. And with Maga, this is a strong confirmation of what I said about this person feeling like you come from good breeding, like you have something about your features or something just shows as pretty refined and somehow standing out. Maybe there's something royal or regal about your aura, about your manner. doesn't literally have to be that you come from a wealthy family or anything, but I think they see something about you that is pretty, you know, elevated somehow. This would really explain, like, maybe for some of you it's like they see you as way out of their league. On the other hand, it could be the other way around for some of you. I'm not gonna lie. Like, maybe for some of you they're quite arrogant or something. You know, but whichever the case, they definitely see you as attractive and, you know, all of that. It's just that there might be this theme of like, how is this gonna work, because we come from different backgrounds, like I said. It could also be that they see you as pretty nurturing, having a nurturing side, and like someone who's capable of being very loving and caring. There's a lot of sensuality. I think for some of you, they might really like your lips. I think they like your pretty face and your bone structure. Yeah, oh my God, Satabishak is such a strong confirmation of what I said with the Three of Swords. Like, I feel like this person senses that you have been hurt in the past. And they see you as someone who has gained a lot of wisdom because of that past hurt. Maybe somehow you even use your knowledge in some way that this person is aware of, you know, like your past painful experiences, you've managed to turn them into something positive, like teaching others or helping others. Maybe you're a healer, or, you know, you're an artist who has used painful experiences and inspiration. So I feel like they find that very attractive and fascinating about you. And they see you as either someone who is somehow famous in some way, or maybe you have a strong social media following, or they see you as someone who has the potential to become famous, like pretty on a pretty big scale. You know, they see you as someone who easily touches a lot of people, like large groups of people, maybe without even realizing it. There's a lot of stubbornness to you. Oh wow, with Uttara Falguni especially, like there's a little bit of yeah, that explains the elephant. You know, they see you as like something like that, an elephant, a raging bull, or something that cannot be deterred once you have made up your mind to pursue something. All right. So this is pretty much what I see, pile number 2. I hope that you have enjoyed it. And if you have, don't forget again to like, subscribe, click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will upload a new tarot reading. Also, if you're interested in supporting me further, you can do so by clicking on the join button. And if you're interested in finding out more about private tarot readings, check out the video description. I have left my contact information there. You can email me for a full list of reading options together with the associated prices. And I've also left a link in the video description to reviews I have gotten for private readings before. If you're curious to see them, might help you decide if you want to get a reading. And last but not least, I have an astrology channel where I focus mainly on Vedic astrology, but also with some tropical insights, since I have more than 20 years of experience in both of them, basically. Well, I started out with tropical, but for over 10 years now, I've mainly focused on Vedic. So in any case, if you're interested in astrology, maybe check out my channel, which I will be linking in the video description. Maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye. Welcome, pile number 3. This is your reading if you have chosen this card over here with listen and or this rose quartz. So this is going to be the card selection phase. I'm going to add timestamps if you want to skip directly to the reading. So Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. How does their crush feel about them or see them? How does their crush feel about them or see them? How does pile number 3's crush feel about them, or how do they see them? Let's see. Celebration and playfulness. And moose wisdom. All right. Let's see what the cards have to say. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. How does their crush see them or feel about them? How does pile number 3's crush see them or feel about them? We have King of Swords. We have Two of Pentacles. The Knight of Swords. The Nine of Cups. The Four of Wands. The Page of Cups. The Emperor. Okay. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 3? How does their crush see them or feel about them? We have the Hierophant, the Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Four of Cups. All right, so pile number 3, I will start by saying that if you feel drawn to any of the other 2 piles, you might want to check them out. There is one in particular that has some placements in common with your reading, but I'm not going to say which one. So if you feel drawn to one of them, just check out the other option because there might be messages there for you. And let's start with the Oracle card. So you have this Oracle card with celebration, and you also have this Oracle card with playfulness. Both of them kind of make me think of Leo energy, 5th house energy. You also have this card with Moose Wisdom. Let your head and mind reach to the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. So this person sees you as very smart, and I can see that also because the Queen and King of Swords came out together. So you might have Aquarius placements in your horoscope. But let me not digress. So I'm going to read the description for this card from the booklet. Number 6, listen. Mindfulness, sensitivity, empathy. This young woman with closed eyes and a knowing smile is rooted in the earth. Her hair has transformed into the roots of the plants above her. You can tell the woman is aware of her surroundings. She is connected to the voice of nature. She can listen to the growing plants beneath the ground. She is an integral part of her world. She understands the sorrows and worries of the environment. She also knows the songs of nature's pleasures. Wow, I feel like there's a strong parallel between this and what this card says. It says, keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. So it says, let your head and mind reach to the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. And this card says, this young woman with closed eyes and a knowing smile is rooted in the earth. Oh my. So like repeated energies. I feel like this person sees you as a pretty mystical person as well. I wouldn't be surprised if you have Purva Bhadrapada placements, some of you. But I'm going to see what else is coming through these cards. I feel like, speaking of Purva Bhadrapada, I feel like this person senses that you are not what you seem to be. They feel like there might be a hidden side to you that they want to explore. You might be like some kind of a mystery to this person. They also see you as someone who is pretty self-sufficient and somehow not interested in, either not interested in them. I think that they might think that you see them as beneath you. Like, I feel like there's like something about they may have made an offer that you definitely could refuse and did refuse. You know what I mean? There's like this sense really that I'm getting that maybe this is a person who has approached you before, and you weren't quite sure how to respond, or maybe you didn't respond the way that they would have liked you to. This person sees you as someone who's hyper rational and very in control of yourself. They see you as the queen of your castle. I'm getting that song by Whamdoo Project from the 90s with scenes from Ghost in the Shell. Oh my god. Yeah, I would be surprised if you don't have some Aquarius placements. I mean, obviously not every one of you. You could have like strong Aquarius placements, or a strong Rahu, which is the north node of the moon. Like maybe you have conjunctions involving Rahu, or you could also have like a strong 11th house. Right. This person sees you as someone who's a good teacher or a leader. They see you as an intellectual leader, someone who shares knowledge to a wide audience. So again, this could be like maybe some of you have, you know, social media following, or it could be that they, you know, some of you might literally be teachers, could be. I think they also see you as someone who is marriage material, though. They see you as someone that they could commit to long term. You definitely have, I mean, with the 9 of Cups and the Page of Wands, you definitely light this person's fire, all right? They think about what they might want to have between you in the long term, but I think they also feel like you're not super interested and that you are more concerned with pragmatic issues, because there's a lot of pentacles going on. I think they see you as someone who's very busy as well. We have the 2 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles underneath. So it's like they see you as someone who's juggling multiple interests or multiple hobbies and occupations at the same time, like someone who's extremely busy, very focused on, you know, just making the most of their time and resources. And they see you as someone who's hard at work somehow, like trying to build a skill or a business or something, or just very focused on your profession, your professional life. With the King of Swords, they see you as someone who is quite impetuous, potentially has an aggressive side. And the expression that came to my mind was bull in a china shop. Like, I know that's not great, but that's the first thing that came to my mind. I feel like sometimes, honestly, you might come across as someone who is too eager to burn bridges for this person. I think the funny thing is with these cards, it's really weird because this number 6, listen, by the way, number 6 is ruled by Venus, so I think this person sees you as marriage material, and they also see you as someone who's very romantic, potentially, at least somewhere deep down they see you as someone who has romantic energy, and they probably also see you as attractive. But what I wanted to say is that the message of the card basically makes me think of someone who is quite disconnected. You know, the image kind of suggests that too. Like, you could be someone who just likes to contemplate a lot. This might also be kind of the 4 of Cups energy. Like, maybe they see you as someone who can spend long periods of time, you know, inside your head, disconnected from the world. Maybe they just see you as someone who is very wrapped up in your own little universe and in your own mind, to the point where you might not even need other people around you sometimes. And I think they also see you as someone who's very connected to nature, maybe to animals, especially if you have pets and this person knows about it. I think they like that about you. I think they see you as like, they see you as something very mystical, to be honest, you know, kind of like something like half shaman, half genius. I don't know, like very strange energy here. Also there's a lot of youthfulness here because of the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups. They see you as someone who has a kind of childlike enthusiasm at times, and it's also like it's weird because you have a very sharp mind and you have a very no nonsense attitude about you for the most part, but you also at the same time maintain some kind of an innocence that, you know, maintains that childlike enthusiasm of like witnessing things for the first time almost, you know, like you still take pleasure in the little things. I think this person really likes that about you. So I'm definitely also getting some strong fifth house like Leo energy, maybe a strong sun energy as well. Yeah, also with the playfulness here. And let's not forget that both of these are connected to butterflies. So, yeah, this person might see you as like very colorful and fun, like having this kind of colorful fun side, but then it's always like right underneath a cold veneer of reason, you know, with the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords especially. But they see you as like someone who's very intellectually advanced, you know. I mean, this is like my genius group over here. I don't know what you're doing or something, but this person sees you as very strong, very intelligent, very in control, and I feel like on a very high intellectual level, you know. And that's really impressive to this person. This is really specific, but I feel like for some of you, I mean, again, it could be two interpretations, but it could be both of them at the same time. On the one hand, like I said, I feel like this person feels like there's a side to you that is hidden, and most likely the side of you that is hidden is this more like delicate, tender, romantic side. But on the other hand, I also think for some of you, this could be a person that sees you as a temptation somehow. Like they might consider having an affair with you sometimes. You know, like, and again, I don't mean like, this is very specific. Like I said, it could be like this person is already involved with someone for some of you. And yeah, they're sometimes considering having an affair on whoever they're with, which is not cool, but there it is. It's kind of showing up here. But on the other hand, still on the other hand, there's kind of a trickster energy about you. Yeah, so again, I wouldn't be surprised if you have some Purva Bhadrapada going on as well, or maybe some Ardra. But I'm going to see what I get with the astrological notes as well. I feel like for most of you, this is about this person just feeling like they wonder if they can trust you, you know, sometimes. But I think they also kind of admire things about you. Like, it's like they see that you have a sly side and they like that about you. You know, there's something of a playful kind of, maybe a bit of a street smart sometimes, or something slick about you, you know. And I feel like they also see you as ingenious, like somehow you come up with quick solutions to stuff, or you have a very quick, intelligent way to express yourself. Yeah, pretty much. I think, but overall, they also see you as pretty stable. I think, not just with respect to your temperament, but I think they see you as, like I said, I think quite self-sufficient. I'm not getting like specific messages about your financial situation, so I think either this person just cannot draw any conclusions about that, or they don't even care about it. It's just that they see you as someone who has everything you need, basically, you know? All right. Pretty much. I mean, there's not an air of desperation, let me put it like that. All right, maybe not that you have absolutely everything you need and there's nothing else that you would like, but it's more like, you know, there's something, like I said, something self-sufficient, independent about you, very independent. That's the word. All right, let me get the astrological notes. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. How does your crush see them or feel about them? How does pile number 3's crush see them or feel about them? Oh my God. Oh my God. I just can't. The confirmations are intense with this reading, right? So I did mention strong sun energy, and there you have it. We also have Mars. Doesn't surprise me. We also have third house communication and interaction. This is a strong confirmation of what I said. Third house is also intellectual ability. So this person sees you as smart. 10th house, career and success. Further confirmation that you seem very preoccupied with your career, We have 5th house, joy and play. Such a strong confirmation. And we have Mercury, mind and speech, youthfulness. Yeah, this is kind of like the page energy that came through. So there's kind of a youthfulness, very intellectual energy. So very smart. This person admires your intelligence and your youthfulness and something enthusiastic about you. Yeah. Playfulness. Yeah, something childlike. Something very creative. And also with this like strong masculine energy here, the sun and Mars, you come across as someone who knows where they're going. You know, 3rd house is also the house of bravery in Vedic astrology. So, and by the way, independence, 3rd house and 10th house, like some of you, also 5th house, some of you could be people who either are very passionate about their line of work. Yeah, could be that you're very passionate about your line of work. So if you're employed in a field that you are very passionate about, or you're someone who has a side hustle or some kind of, you're somehow self-employed. So if that is the case, this person definitely admires that about you, but somehow you come across as very independent. It's like you're doing your own thing, but especially since we have the 3rd, the 10th, and the 5th, these combinations basically show someone who wants to make it in a field that they really love, like some kind of a passion project, you know. So maybe you're not exactly working in your ideal job, but you might have this drive about you about creating something professionally or starting a side hustle, starting a business or something. There's this aura about you. And 5th house can also show any kind of creative activity, like I said. So maybe you're active in some kind of a creative field. You could also be a teacher, literally. This is a confirmation of the Hierophant. And you could be working with children for some of you. You could be working in speculative gains, like being a broker or something, stockbroker. 5th house is also about romance and passion. So yeah, I feel like this person sees you as very passionate and romantic, and I feel like they see you as someone that they could have a lot of, you know, heat with, like someone who lights their fire, you know. They see you as driven and passionate, definitely. I keep repeating myself because it's just such a strong energy, the Mars and the Sun. They might admire, like I said, so they admire your style of communication and the way you use words, maybe. They might also really like your voice. This could also show how you met this person, by the way. So 3rd house can show you met online. You could have met through your neighborhood, through short-term or short-distance trips. You could have met them while running errands. You could have met through a sibling, especially younger sibling, or maybe some kind of extended family, yours or theirs. With the 10th house, you could have met through a professional setting, your career, their career, someone from work introducing you, any kind of work contact. You could have also met somehow through your father's family or their father's family, their you know, again, some kind of, let's say, an acquaintance of your father mentioned them or something like that. But most likely it's something professional. And you could have also met through, again, educational programs, any kind of educational programs like formal education, courses, also while pursuing a hobby, for instance. You could have also met this person through any activity involving children and or arts, you know. So again, maybe you went to a painting course in your free time and that's how you met them. All right, let me get some more stuff. The Astro dice. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. What does their crush feel and or think about them? See them, how do they see them? I cannot. I just cannot. Y'all, this is Mercury again in the flesh. Mercury again, Gemini, more Mercury energy, and the number 8. All right, so there's also that kind of strong, I mean, number 8 is connected to Scorpio, 8th house. So it's a strong energy of transformation, shows a lot of inner strength. And there's also, 8th house is also the house of the occult. So I feel like in your case, considering the rest of the spread, it might actually hint to this person seeing you as a bit of an occultist or having a dark side. I'm getting Black Magic Woman by Santana in my head right now. So yeah, with all the Mercury energy, with all the Gemini, this person definitely sees you as very youthful. All right, so you might actually be younger than they are, but even if you're not, they see you as just very youthful, and they really like that about you, you know. Mercury is also a planet that hints to attractiveness, but it's not maybe the most seductive, conventional attractiveness. Oh, by the way, also with Mercury and the Mars and Sun, can I just say Mercury is one of the so-called eunuch planets. So it could be that this person sees you as being a little bit androgynous. Especially with also this, since most of my viewers are women, I think, yeah, and since Mars and Sun are masculine planets, I definitely think that for most of you, they see you as someone who has a touch of androgyny, like just a little bit, but they really like that about you. Like they like the Sun and the Mars energy. So very kind of passionate, driven sort of vibe here. But overall, with the Mercury, they love your mind. All right. They are in love with your mind. Maybe this is a sapiosexual. All right. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. Pile number 3 is crush. How does this person feel about pile number 3? How do they see pile number 3? All right, nothing was. What is this? All right, I'm not going to take that. So let's unpack. We have the eucalyptus leaves here, which makes me think of Australia. For some of you, maybe there's a connection. I mean, I'm guessing that they are eucalyptus leaves. Maybe they're bamboo leaves or something. Maybe. In any case, I feel like this is a confirmation of what I said, that most of you look like you are nature lovers. You know, maybe you like to spend time in nature. That's how I see it. And we also have 1905. Oh my God, yeah, the 3rd house is also connected to music. So some of you, again, maybe you have met through something involving music. And they might notice your hands, by the way, with the 3rd house and the Gemini and all the Mercury. They might like your hands, your arms, your shoulders. And anyway, the reason I mentioned music is because this reminds me of the musical key that you write at the beginning of written music. And it has 1905 written on it, so I don't know what the significant. Oh, but actually 1905 boils down to a number 6 in numerology, so Venus. All right, this makes me think that this person really noticed your voice. They really like your voice. And they might, again, very specifically, if you sing, if you play an instrument, they really like that. And in any case, they see you as someone who's creative and artistic. Also, let's see, we have Made with Love. This also kind of makes me think of Venus energy. Yeah, this also makes me think of passion projects. So I feel like they see you as someone who puts their heart and soul into your work, whatever it is you're pursuing. This is cool. Okay, so we have a soccer ball here with a foot. I mean, with a shoe. So this is very specific, but maybe somehow soccer is important here. Maybe this person is a soccer fan, or you're into soccer. Maybe you just play sports in general. But again, this makes me think of the Mars energy and the androgyny, especially if you're a woman, right? If you're a man, this person just sees you as very masculine, all right? I mean, mostly masculine, but even if you're a man with the Mercury energy, there might be just a little touch of androgyny, something about you. You know, maybe a little bit childlike energy. But yeah, this just makes me think that you come across as pretty outdoorsy or sporty. You know, maybe even if you're not particularly adventurous, this person just sees you as someone who has that kind of vibe. Like someone who could handle sports. And yeah, they might see you as like fun that way. And this just makes me think of, honestly, this makes me think of Christmas for some reason. Like, what is it called? A wreath? I think it's called a wreath, right? This is what it makes me think of. It's also potentially something like kind of a Celtic thing, but it makes me think of Christmas. So maybe something with Christmas. Maybe you have discussed Christmas with this person. That's very specific, but this is what I'm getting right now. Maybe you met this person around Christmas. Something, you know. This is what I'm getting. I mean, that's very specific. Definitely not for everyone. Again, further confirmation for some of you that you love nature. You could have placements in Ardra or Mrigashira, maybe especially forests. So if you have photos of yourself in nature, maybe on social media, this person really likes those. We also have this planet. Can't think which planet this is. Is it Jupiter or Saturn? I'm not even 100% sure. It doesn't really matter. I think maybe this, with the planet, I mean, I see this as Aquarius energy, to be honest. I mean, because, you know, anything astronomy, astrology is connected to Aquarius. So I think this person, obviously very specifically, some of you could maybe be into astrology, astronomy, something to do with planets. Maybe you have a, what is it called? Telescope, I think. So maybe you like to stargaze or something. Something. They just could see you as someone who's very avant-garde. Maybe you're like aliens or something. You're interested in sci-fis and aliens and all that stuff. And if that's the case, they like that about you. There's something just futuristic about you. You know? Nice. And last but not least, we have the sword, which makes me see it as a confirmation of the Knight of Swords. And again, potentially Kritika placements. Could also be Purva Shadha or Purva Bhadrapada, because those are connected to weapons especially. But let me get into, the actual handwritten astrological notes. And before I get into it, I will remind you once again to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. It is the easiest way to support me and it is free. And also consider clicking on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new tarot reading. Thanks. So moving into the notes, Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. What does their crush think about them? How does their crush see them, feel about them? Spirit, how does pile number 3's crush feel about them or see them? Tell me. Oh man, one of them fell out. All right. I think that's enough. There's plenty here. Let's see. Oh my God. Really? I mean, what is this? The 4th time? Let me think. Mercury, Gemini. All right, so technically it's the 3rd time that the planet shows up. So yeah, Mercury. So you may have planets in Virgo, in Gemini, or maybe any of the Mercury-ruled nakshatras. I'm going to see what I get. We also have Scorpio, okay? So I did pick up on some of that Scorpio vibe as well. Oh, wow. Rahu. Was such a strong confirmation. I cannot. So Rahu is the co-ruler of Aquarius. Like I said, I did start out the reading by saying that you might have strong Rahu or Aquarius placements, didn't I? All right. So futuristic, everything that is like sci-fi related, high-tech, state-of-the-art technology. So maybe some of you actually work in tech or something, like you're involved with, or you could be active on social media, like I said. We also have Pisces. So that's the Page of Cups sort of energy. This person sees you as having a romantic side. We also have Sagittarius. All right, so adventurous, open-minded. We have Purva Falguni, which falls in Leo, is ruled by Venus. Let's see. We have Satabishak falling in Aquarius, ruled by Rahu. Let's see. We have Uttara Bhadrapada, ruled by Saturn, falling in Pisces. Yeah, so that's a bit of the mystical thing that I was talking about. Not Purva Bhadrapada, but Uttara Bhadrapada. We have Ashlesha, ruled by Mercury, falls in Cancer. So that explains some stuff that came through. We have Dhanishta falling in Capricorn, Aquarius, ruled by Mars. We have, oh, wow, Ardra. Such strong confirmations. Did I not pick up on your energy, pile number 3? I'm good. All right. Shravana, which falls in Capricorn, is ruled by the moon. And oh wow, confirmations upon confirmations. Kritika, ruled by the sun, falling in Aries and Taurus. And we have Swati. Okay, so we don't have Purva Bhadrapada, but Ardra is basically like a cousin of Purva Bhadrapada. Those of you who come from my Vedic astrology channel, you know what I'm talking about, all right? Because they have similar deities that are ruling them. And they're both kind of savage and, you know, very intense and all that. So there's the mystical, and also we have Ashlesha, which has kind of a hypnotic, mystical quality. Yep. So let me unpack everything. This person definitely sees you as very intriguing and very sexy. With the Scorpio, with the Rahu, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe you have Rahu in synastry with this person, like Rahu conjunctions. That could explain why they find you so fascinating, or maybe even just Ketu. But I would say more Rahu conjunctions, like your Rahu conjunct to their planets or ascendant, or the other way around, their Rahu to your horoscope. It doesn't necessarily have to be, or again, you're just someone who has a strong Aquarius or Rahu energy. And this could also show that there is potentially a difference in background, especially with respect to ethnicity, but could also be with respect to religion. This person sees you as very independent, unconventional, like I said, so strong confirmations of that. They might see you as like borderline genius, you know, with the Mercury and Rahu. So again, maybe some of you have a connection between Mercury and Rahu, like the conjunction, you have Rahu aspecting Mercury. You could have the, even the opposition, yeah, Mercury conjunct Ketu. But I feel like mostly it's the conjunction, maybe with Rahu or Mercury and Aquarius. Or, yeah, but because that really makes a person very smart. So this could explain why this person sees you as someone who has maybe unconventional ideas or a way of talking and expressing yourself. And also with the Scorpio, this person sees you as someone having a touch of mysticism and sensuality. Ashlesha reinforms that. So Ashlesha is a very seductive nakshatra. And in fact, I did mention originally that I thought maybe you have Purva Bhadrapada placements. Well, Purva Bhadrapada is kind of seen as like a darker version of Ashlesha with respect to the fact that they are seen as kind of like dark sensuality. And Ashlesha is just purely seductive. You know, a lot of very famous sex symbols have had strong Ashlesha placements, like Marilyn Monroe, ascendant in Ashlesha. I'm pretty sure that Lana Del Rey has moon in Ashlesha. Megan Fox has moon in Ashlesha. Let me think. A lot of very seductive women and men, actually. I'm pretty sure that MGK also has some prominent Ashlesha placements. MGK actually has moon in Purva Bhadrapada in the D1, but I think he has strong Ashlesha in the Navamsha chart. So, not getting too much into astrology, we'll try to avoid that. But the bottom line is, Ashlesha is connected to things like being hypnotic, having movements of the body that symbolize a snake, like kind of remind people of snakes. So you could have a very graceful way of moving yourself. They could find you, and again, just really effortlessly sexy. They might like your style. You know, and also because it's connected to the cat, I mean, it's like something about your eyes especially could be very hypnotic, very seductive, very attractive, and yeah, your whole vibe. Actually, I feel like this person sees you as very sexy, just in one word, basically, because of the Scorpio and the Ashlesha especially. The other aspects, though, and the Purva Falguni and the Dhanishta, right? So this person finds your body attractive, I have to admit. But also with the Ardra energy, this person sees that you have a savage side. Also with the Kritika. So this explains the Sun and the Mars coming out. And they see you as like this nice blend, this interesting blend of, you know, aggression on the one hand and having like a soft underbelly on the other hand. So yes, they also see you as someone who I think has been hurt a lot because of the Satyabhishak energy. They see you as someone who definitely knows how to turn life's lemons into lemonade. Depending on how much they know you, you know, how much they actually know about your life. But I feel like they generally can tell that you are someone who has gone through hard experiences And these experiences somehow have shaped you in a positive way. Like you have just learned lessons that maybe are helping you understand the world better, and also kind of falling into this energy here. So with the listen card, yeah, oh my god, we have listen, and we have Shravana, which is literally symbolized by the ear. And it's known for being a good listener. So maybe some of you are even psychotherapists, like you're some kind of a therapist. I actually, true story, my therapist, the one that I used to see years ago, had sun in Ashlesha, and she was a hypnotherapist. So just saying that you see, Ashlesha and Satabishak especially are connected to healing professions, you know. Ashlesha can also be connected to substances and pharmacy and stuff like that, you know, any kind of medicines, quote unquote medicines, but you know, let's not expand, sorry. And Ardra is a very strong confirmation that you seem like a nature lover, and you could be very attached to animals. Maybe you have pets that you are very attached to. This person finds that endearing, and you also come across as someone who has intense emotions, and they like that. Not just intense emotions, but to be fair, you also come across as really tough. Yeah. With Kritika, you could have a sharp tongue, to be fair. So this is a strong confirmation of that sword and everything that I came through. But yeah, you could come across as someone who has a sharp tongue, who doesn't pull their punches, is not afraid to burn bridges, sorry. So yeah, someone who's not afraid to just tell it as it is. And this person likes that. You're a truth sayer, basically. And Uttara Bhadrapada also speaks of some kind of gracefulness. Like both Uttara Bhadrapada and Ashlesha are connected to snakes. Actually, these snake-like deities from Vedic astrology called Nagas. And so there's some kind of a connection to moving gracefully. You know, like maybe you look like you have a graceful gait or something. The way you move, the way you walk. Maybe this person likes to look at you when you're walking. But it can also show, by the way, connection to meditation. Explains again the listen card and the blended pleasure. So I think maybe this person looks at you as someone who's interested in yoga, meditation, spirituality. They find that very interesting about you. And of course, this is also connected to things like astrology, tarot, and everything kind of metaphysical. And you also have Pisces kind of reinforcing this energy. Yeah, so I think this person also sees you as quite popular and someone who easily reaches out to wide audiences. This is really specific, but you could have a beauty mark on the face with Purva Falguni. And if that is the case, this person finds that attractive, and they also just see you as very sensuous. And Purva Falguni and Dhanishta, both of these are very sexy, and they show up very strongly, especially in the horoscopes of women who are very attractive. Like again, including Marilyn Monroe, Sophia Loren, Gigi Hadid, Charlize Theron, let me think, Rosalia, the Spanish singer. Madonna also has Purva Falguni and with Moon and Ascendant, I think. And yeah, she was very attractive when she was younger. Debatable about nowadays, but won't get into that. Also with Swati, yeah, this person I think sees you as very charismatic. And the Dhanishta energy also explains the Mars and maybe the soccer energy as well. Like maybe you like sports, or this person just thinks that you like sports. Again, depending on how well they know you, they might just be projecting. But I think they look at you and they think this looks like someone who could be, you know, doing a lot of sports, like, or someone who has a strong, robust body, and they find that attractive. They definitely notice your body, all right? And they also like your face. They like your youthful energy, especially. They find something really interesting and intellectual and useful about you. And I think they really like your sense of humor. I'm really getting the strong message that you are someone who makes this person laugh. Alright, so this is pretty much what I have for you, pile number 3. I hope that you have enjoyed it, and once again, if you have, don't forget to like, subscribe, click on the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video. Also, comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to share. If you would like to further support my channel, click on the join button under any of my videos. If you are interested in getting a private tarot reading, you can find more information in the video description. You can email me and I can send you a full list of reading options with prices. And I've also left a link in the video description to reviews I have gotten for private readings. If you're curious to see them, it might help you decide if you want a reading or not. And last but not least, I also have an astrology channel, and I will be linking that in the video description. So if you're curious about astrology, especially Vedic astrology, but I also focus on tropical insights every now and then, go ahead and check it out. Maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye!